Hey guys, so recently a friend was talking to me about visualization, and I thought maybe it's something we could talk about because while it is a very popular thing and a lot of people have used it, I maybe not everyone knows about it. I thought at this point it's just overdone, everybody knows about it, but apparently not everybody does. So I thought we'd go into it a little bit. Visualization is an interesting technique. It's something that we use to basically rehearse what we want. We're rehearsing an outcome, a something that we want. Now, athletes will use this often when they are visualizing their practice, their games. They may visualize making the big shot and just being calm and confident the whole way through. They may visualize themselves just enjoying the game. Maybe that's their thing that they want. They want to enjoy the big game, and that helps them play better. So you and I can use this as well, though. Think of anything you want. Now, a lot of people use visualization as a way to get like the big fancy house or the big car or whatever else. And there is nothing wrong with that if it is what you actually want. So often I think we think about what we think we're thinking what we want, but it's usually a lot of what society is telling us we should want. So I think sometimes you actually need to take some time to figure out what you actually want. If really what you want is that fancy car, flip and go for it. That's awesome. But if it's not, then you're putting energy into something that in your brain you're going to be fighting yourself about, and that's not really going to help you. Visualization is going to help you accomplish something you actually want. And if you don't want it, I think you're probably kind of wasting your time. So if you are in a career, for example, and you really don't like that career that much, but you're using your visualization time to think about excelling in that career, when really what you want is to leave that career and start your own business, I think you're negating yourself right then and there. Versus if you know what you want is to have like start a new business, if you're using that visualization technique for that purpose, then you're getting yourself further ahead. So number one, know what you actually want. You can use this for individual portions of your life that you want, like getting in better health, your career, or you can be looking at your life overall, what you want in general with everything, your entire life. I will say, I think a lot of times for people, having one little thing you're focusing on is easier than a whole life of what you're wanting. And if you're looking at your life, you're going to look at, so for example, if I'm looking at what I want for my life, like 10 years down the road, what do I imagine? And honestly, the things I tend to imagine are, I'd love to have some land further out, and I want my nonprofit to be funded and successful, and I want to have people around me that I enjoy the company of and that I love. So something like that, there's a lot of little things in there, but it's a general feel of what I want. Versus if I say, what I really want is to be able to hike. I don't even know the names of any of these hills around here. I want to be able to hike this intense hill in 3 months. If I'm putting that as my visualization thing, I'm visualization point, I guess we should say. I have a very specific thing I'm visualizing. So it's much more likely to come to fruition much quicker than if I'm talking about my entire life. I want the car, the house, the spouse, this, that, everything, right? So having that one thing you're focusing on, I think tends to be better. But here's the next part about it. So you need to know what you really actually want. Figure out how you're going to visualize that. So rehearse it. Rehearse what you want. The third part is you need to feel it. You need to have emotions behind it. So if you're just going through the motions of it, I want this fancy car because people are going to admire me for having it. If there's no emotion behind that, then it's not going to be as potent. It's not going to help you as much. If really what you want is to be admired, then if you have a strong emotion for being admired, that may actually do the trick for you. So let's go back to the business thing. You want to have your own business. So you know what you want, you know it's actually what you want. You're visualizing what you're doing on the day-to-day. What's your day-to-day basis with this business? What the outcome is, like, why do you want this business? And then you're feeling the emotions that go into the pride, the joy of having this business, how much you love helping your customers, how much you love being your own boss, um, things of that nature. You need to feel it. Why do you want this? So those three things to start, and we have a fourth. Start taking action. Now, I know we're talking about visualization, and visualization is not about the action part, but so often I think people think about, let's look at the business again. You're starting a business. Someone would be thinking, well, until I have a certain amount of money and a certain amount of everything, I can't start this business. So they're holding off on it. So you're doing the visualization, but here's the things you can be doing that will help you progress. You could be looking at that business. You could be researching your competitors. You could be researching how you would be unique and different. You could be figuring out what kind of people would you need to partner with for this? Like, what other businesses would need this? You can start figuring out all these different things. You can be studying, you can be learning. You do not have to just wait for it all to happen. So the reason I bring this up with visualization is because, like I said, people think of the big actions. They don't think of the small things. They don't think about those small things you can be doing to help bring this into fruition. So it's 4 different things we're looking at with this visualization. And I know the last one's not visualization, it's actually doing, but it's a specific kind of doing. It's the small little details. So when you're thinking about visualization, think about all these different things that go into it. It's not just about dreaming. It's not just about a random dream. If you're just dreaming randomly about owning a Lamborghini, that's great and all, but there's no structure to it. It's just a willy-nilly, whatever kind of dream. You're not rehearsing all the details that go to have that. You're not thinking about going there and picking out the ideal car. You're not thinking about the test driving. You're not thinking about the maintenance you're doing on it. You're not thinking about all those extra details that goes into owning a Lamborghini. So you need the details. So check that out. I hope that helps. I just know I hear a lot of people talk about visualization, and there is so much good information out there. I really debated whether I should do this because there are so many people that just nailed visualization out there. But it doesn't hurt to have one more voice saying it, and maybe I will say it in a way that gels with some people, and it hadn't before. So who knows? I hope that helps. You guys have a wonderful day.